Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. Faisal Maina, son of former chairman of the defunct pension reform tax team Abdul Rashid Maina, backs 14 years imprisonment. Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano debunks rumors of a state of emergency in the state, asks law-abiding residents to go about their normal businesses. National Youth Service Corps NYSC holds pre-mobilization workshop as Batch C 2021 Corps members get ready for camp. I am Nkiru Obuli with the details. Faisal Maina, son of the former chairman of the now defunct pension reforms tax team, Abdul Rashid Maina, has been sentenced to 14 years imprisonment. Justice Okonabang of the Federal High Court in Abuja gave the judgment this Thursday in the suit filed by the federal government against Faisal Abdul Rashid Maina on money laundering charges. Faisal, who is standing trial on charges of money laundering, had jumped bail, refusing to attend trial since November 24, 2020. For count 1, Justice Abang ordered that he be jailed for 5 years. In count 2, he was sentenced to 14 years imprisonment with effect from today. The court also ordered that Faisal returns to the federal government the sum of 58.1 million naira and the company used to wind up. For count 3, he was jailed for 5 years. The court held that the terms would run concurrently. Justice Abang further ordered the federal government to arrest Faisal wherever he is found in Nigeria and commit him to a correctional center. But if arrested outside Nigeria, the FG has been asked to lawfully extradite him to face his sentence. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had on February 24 alerted the court that Faisal was on the run to the United States of America. Lawyer to the anti-graft agency, Mohammed Abubakar, had said from the information at the disposal of the commission that Faisal Maina sneaked to the United States through the Republic of Niger despite his Nigerian and American passports still with the registry of the court. Faisal Maina's lawyer, Anayo Adibe, however, disputed the claim of the prosecution as he insists that his client was arrested by the Nigeria Police Force in Sokoto. He urged the court to open an inquiry as to the true whereabouts of his client. The Anambra State government and a senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, have faulted the threat by the federal government to impose a state of emergency in the southeastern states. As part of measures to tackle the worsening insecurity in Anambra, especially as the state holds a governorship election on November 6, the federal government had hinted at the possibility of invoking the emergency rule to tighten security. The Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, announced this on Wednesday after the Federal Executive Council meeting chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari. But the Anambra government, through its Commissioner for Information, Don Adinuba, had condemned the move, alleging that insecurity in the state is politically motivated. The commissioner said the state has witnessed about 15 killings in the past few weeks, unlike some northwestern and northeastern states that are worse hit by banditry and terrorism. Making reference to Borno, Niger, Kaduna, Yobe, and Zamfara, which are controlled by the ruling All Progressives Congress, the commissioner slammed the Minister of Justice for ruling a state of emergency in Anambra. Falana, a human rights lawyer, has also described the move as illegal and unconstitutional. According to him, Muhammadu Buhari's administration has just realized that the deployment of troops without the declaration of emergency rule in many states of the Federation is illegal and unconstitutional. In the meantime, Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has disclosed that the threat to the declaration of a state of emergency in the state was not President Muhammadu Buhari's idea. Obiano disclosed it to State House correspondents after a meeting with Buhari in the presidential villa, Abuja. He said he reported the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, to the president on the matter. The governor also described the threat as unfortunate, wondering why he had not contemplated the imposition of emergency rule in northern states during massive killings occasioned by banditry. He said he would call the Attorney General to express his mind to him over the suggestion, insisting apart from the recent security crisis, Anambra had been the most peaceful state in the southeast. The prevalence of drug abuse in Nigeria, despite consistent efforts by government to check the trend, is now a source of embarrassment to the authorities. The chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Buba Marwa, says if a hardline approach coupled with the cooperation of all segments of the society is not taken to address the bad situation, the country's future could be doomed. Marwa, a retired brigadier general and a one-time military administrator of Lagos State, raised the alarm at a forum on stemming drug abuse held in Nigeria's economic capital, Lagos.
It's no longer news that one of the major contributing factors to Nigerians' insecurity is the abuse of drugs, resulting to calls that all hands must be on deck to stem the growing tide. About 13.3 million Nigerians between the ages of 14 and 16 are addicted to one drug or the other. The most abused drug right now in Nigeria is cannabis, popularly known as Igbo or Indian hemp. The NDLA chairman, Buba Marwa, is therefore soliciting the cooperation of all to curb this menace before the country is doomed.
Not less than 14.3 million Nigerians abuse drugs between the ages of 15 and 64 years. Among them, 1 of 4 drug users is female. Expectedly, cannabis is the most abused substance by Nigerians. Here is the part that should worry parents. Most of the abusers first started using cannabis at the tender age of 19. And the highest level of use is concentrated in the youth age bracket of 25 to 29 years.
Available data reveals that drug abuse is more prevalent in the southwest, mostly in Lagos and Oyo axis. The Northwest comes right behind, with Kano State taking the lead. Dr. Muiz Banire of the United Action for Change also talked about how the insecurity in the country is often linked to drug abuse.
The highest abuse of drugs, according to the findings, are recorded in the southern geopolitical zones. The Southwest recorded the highest prevalence, with over 4 million Nigerians indulging in the abuse of various drugs. In this regard, the Lagos-Oyo axis is the epicenter of drug abuse in Nigeria. 4. The findings of this survey show that 1 out of 5 persons abusing drugs is suffering from drug use disorders. In other words, drug addiction. That comes to almost 3 million Nigerians. Very sad.
There is a connection between even the insecurity going on in the country and substance abuse. Banditry, terrorism, kidnapping, and all those things are not things that you do without abuse of substance or without using one substance or the other.
Drug addictions are developed for many reasons, some from the hopelessness the country offers, others from a place of insecurity and lack of love in the family unit. Florence Joshua, reporting for Clearview Television.
The National Youth Service Corps NYSC pre-mobilization workshop for Batch C 2021 held in Abuja in the Federal Capital Territory. This brainstorming workshop brought all stakeholders to a roundtable to discuss on how to strengthen the scheme. Clearview TV's Florence Joshua has the report.
The pre-mobilization workshop is instituted by the NYSC management to discuss and deliberate with all stakeholders to eliminate flaws in the system to help strengthen the fabrics of the routine enlistment of prospective corps members for the mandatory one-year national service. Addressing the workshop, the FCT Minister Mohammed Bello, who was represented by the Acting Secretary in charge of Social Development, Dr. Kelvin Ike, noted the role of the NYSC in national development and integration. He pledged the preparedness of the FCT administration to assist the NYSC in the continuous discharge of its mandate.
Almost everyone here must have gone through this and must confess that the regime of this current Director General is superlative. I therefore assure you that the administration will continue to partner the scheme for the successful implementation of these lofty programs. I therefore urge all participants to contribute meaningfully so as to achieve the desired outcomes.
The NYSC DG General Shuaibu Ibrahim had explained that the pre-mobilization workshop is a forum for the NYSC, tertiary institutions and other stakeholders to strategize on continuous improvement of the NYSC exercise. The DG further assured that certain operational challenges facing the NYSC are being addressed to eliminate all forms of sharp practices.
Given our determination to eliminate all forms of sharp practices, I am delighted to note that noticeable improvements have been recorded in data integrity, among others. Indeed, the renewed dedication by the Student Affairs and Data Entry Officers in various corporate institutions has been quite encouraging. Few acts of commission and omission are still being noticed. We will therefore not hesitate to apply the necessary sanctions on any institutions and or officials to serve as deterrent to others. While management remains deeply committed to the success of the mobilization process, we expect other stakeholders to live above board in the discharge of their responsibilities.
Participants at the pre-mobilization workshop were drawn from all tertiary institutions, Joint Admission and Matriculation Board (JAM), National Board for Technical Education (MBTE), National University Commission (NUC), Federal Ministry of Education.
This is national unity in display. Unity dance, if you like, we call it. As I introduced various activities ranging for entrepreneurship development, community development service, and this is what NYSC does, melting all our ethnic differences into one whole Nigerian nation, the pride of the continent of Africa, and the giant of the black race.
Florence Joshua, reporting for Clearview Television.
And from Abuja to Edo State, after being sworn in for a second term in office on November 12, 2020, following his re-election victory, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has finally put in place a state executive council made up of 8 men and 5 women. Swearing in the new State Executive Council members at the Government House in Benin City on Wednesday, Governor Obaseki charged them to brace up for the challenges ahead, even as he hinted that more council members will be appointed in due course.
1 year after his re-election and 10 months after he was sworn in as the governor of Edo State, Godwin Obaseki has finally sworn in 11 commissioners and 2 special advisors as part of those that will constitute the Edo State Executive Council. At their swearing-in ceremony, Governor Obaseki charged the newly appointed officials on the need to be transparent in the discharge of their duties.
The very challenging and difficult period that we now face means that we must have people with proven leadership capacity and experience to lead us at this time. We have created what we call your ministerial scorecards. Every senior officer in government, particularly commissioners and special advisors, will all be given a scorecard, and you will be scored annually. There will be evaluations on a quarterly basis where you will be scored against set objectives and expectations.
For the new helmsmen and women, they are determined to actualize the governor's dreams to justify the confidence reposed on them, saying effective service delivery for the betterment of the Edo people is key.
We are inheriting or we are walking into offices that have been set up, systems that have been put in place.
We're going to get on the ground running. We're going to get to work immediately. The system that we're going to work with has been established, which means we're not going to spend time trying to build anything. So we're just going to build on what's already there.
Governor Obaseki also used the occasion to formally swear into office as the substantive chief judge of the state, Justice Joe Archer, who was appointed in acting capacity in May this year. Gloria Atta reporting for Clearview Television.
Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timothy Silva, has said that the passage of the Petroleum Industry Bill into law will significantly boost Nigeria's potential to achieve its oil production to 4 million barrels per day. In addition, he said the passage of the PIA will also boost the nation's oil reserves from 37 billion barrels to 40 billion barrels. According to the minister, the new law has enhanced the Nigeria petroleum industry's reputation, provided the pathway to new investments, and consolidates the country's ability to play a significant role in meeting the world's growing demand for energy. President Buhari signed the bill into law on August 16. It replaces the Petroleum Act of 1969. President Muhammadu Buhari has said that Nigerians have a right to be concerned about the recent borrowings by the federal government. He, however, stated that the debt level of the present administration was within sustainable limits. The president said this on Thursday while presenting the 2022 appropriation bill to a joint session of lawmakers of the National Assembly in Abuja. President Muhammadu Buhari presented the 2022 appropriation bill tagged the Budget of Economic Growth and Sustainability before members of the National Assembly. On Wednesday, the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, had announced plans by the government to finance the proposed 2022 budget deficit pegged at 6.258 trillion naira through fresh borrowings. Despite criticisms, she also said the borrowing is still within healthy and sustainable limits. As of July 2021, the nation's total borrowing constituted 23% of its gross domestic product. We now go on a quick break and bring you more news when we return. Please stay with us.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video? Please contact us through our email address clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com or WhatsApp line 080-650-30-300. Again, 080-650-30-300. Welcome on board.
You're welcome back. And up next is our entertainment segment with Gloria Atta.
Welcome to our entertainment segment, where we bring you some of the juicy stories in the entertainment industry. Stay with me as I bring you details on this and more. Veteran singer Two-Face Idibia has threatened to file 1 billion naira defamation lawsuit against his colleague Brimo if he fails to apologize over the claims he recently made against him. Brimo, via his Twitter handle some days ago, alleged that Two-Face had some time ago accused him of sleeping with his wife Annie. He also accused the singer of arranging for him to be attacked. Brimo has now reacted to the lawsuit by telling Two-Face to go and start a farm. I wonder what is happening in paradise. It appears that fast-rising Nigerian singer Lighter and his controversial baby mama Kemi have settled their differences and even began a whirlwind romance, as Kemi recently shared a video of herself in bed with the singer whom she claimed gave her incurable STD. Few months ago, Lighter's baby mama dragged him to filth on social media and accused him of being a deadbeat father. She also alleged she funded his lifestyle at some point in his career. After months of dragging him online, the singer manned up to his responsibility and flew his baby mama and their kid down to Nigeria for a reunion. The duo seems to be an item again, because Kemi took to her Insta story to share photos and a video of their freshly inked matching tattoos. This thing called love, eh? Wife of Nigerian artist Lola Omotayo Okoye has dished out a rather hilarious marriage advice with her followers. On her Instagram post, she said, "If your husband leaves his clothes on the floor, it means he doesn't want them. It's okay to throw them in the trash." My people, following this advice is strictly at owner's risk. Former BB Naija lockdown housemate and actress Erica recently survived a ghastly car accident. The reality star, in a post she shared on her official Twitter handle, revealed she was involved in the accident 9 months ago, and thankfully she survived. Power couple Beyonce and Jay-Z made a surprise appearance on the red carpet of BFI's London Film Festival, celebrating the premiere of Idris Elba and Regina King's movie, The Harder They Fall. Beyonce shared a series of loved-up photos of her and Jay-Z in the car on the way to the event, laying her head on his shoulder before they posed up for photographers on the red carpet. That's all we have today on our entertainment segment. Stay with me. I am Gloria Atta.
Well, in other news, the ongoing 3-day exhibition of Nigerian arts and crafts organized by the National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC, entered its second day this Thursday in Abuja, the nation's capital. The exhibition, which hopes to promote the appreciation of the various arts and cultures of the diverse ethnic groups in the country, is also being attended by students drawn from schools in the Federal Capital Territory. According to the Director General of the NCAC, Otumba Olusegun Brunshere, this particular exhibition is focusing on ways of tackling antisocial behaviors and other forms of crimes among the youth, noting that such negative attitudes also account for the spate of insecurity in the country.
Our youth, our students are far away from each other, particularly our culture, our attitude, etc. If we have been doing this for a long time, this will have reduced the number of crime, immorality, etc. The students are so excited. They know that there's a future for them in this country. They know that if they behave well, there's a return home for them. But before now, these students imbibe other people's culture. But today you can see a lady from Yobe asking about Ekpe masquerade. She's never seen it before. So we need a platform to unite our youth. So what we've done here is, I must thank Mr. President for giving us this opportunity, for letting us bring Nigerian youth and students to the Vida, for them to have a feel of belonging, that they are part of this country.
Yeah, the program is a wonderful program. I think, to me, I really appreciate the program. I want to appreciate the Council for Art and Culture for putting this together to see how we can bring our students to come and see the unity of Nigeria as a country.
For me, the exposure has really brought to light what they've been taught in school all along, and at least they're seeing it for the first time live here and direct. So I'm really happy with what has gone on here so far.
Nigeria will not be Nigeria if we break apart. We will stop being Nigeria. I do think that art could be a unifying factor to all the nations, to join the nations together.
Me coming for this exhibition today has really impacted me positively, in the sense that I wasn't really aware of all these beautiful things we have in our country, Nigeria. Me coming here brought that knowledge to me, and I feel like with these arts, with all these displays that we have, we can actually work together as one in this country.
And that ends the news. Before we go, a quick recap of our main stories. Faisal Maina, son of the former chairman of the defunct pension reform tax team, Abdul Rashid Maina, has been sentenced to 14 years imprisonment. Justice Okonabang of the Federal High Court in Abuja handed down the sentence this Thursday in the suit filed by the federal government against Faisal Abdul Rashid Maina. Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has disclosed that the threat to declare a state of emergency in the state was not President Muhammadu Buhari's idea. Obiano disclosed this to State House correspondents after a meeting with Buhari in the presidential villa, Abuja. We also told you that authorities of the National Youth Service Corps have entered a brainstorming workshop on how to reposition the scheme and achieve efficiency as Batch C 2021 Youth Corps gets set to report to orientation camp. Do remember to like us on Facebook, Clearview Television. Follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online. Follow us on Instagram at ClearviewTV_NG. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Clearview TV. Thank you for watching. I am Nkiru Obuli.